In a small coastal town, there was an old fisherman who kept a young shark inside a glass tank in his restaurant. At first, the shark was no bigger than a human hand. Customers loved watching it glide through the water. Its movements were graceful, powerful, almost hypnotic. Every day, people gathered around the tank and whispered, "Look how calm it is. Look how small sharks really are." And over time, the shark stopped growing. Years passed, still small, still circling the same narrow glass walls. The fisherman proudly told everyone, "You see, sharks only grow as large as their environment allows." One afternoon, a marine biologist visited the restaurant. She stood silently before the tank for a long time, watching the shark move in endless circles. Then she asked the fisherman, "How long has it lived here?" "Almost 5 years," he replied. The woman frowned gently. "A shark like this should be many times larger by now." The fisherman laughed. "Well, maybe this one simply lacks ambition." The scientist said nothing, but before leaving, she looked at the shark one last time, and for a brief moment, the shark looked back at her. Not with anger, not with fear, but with something far more painful: resignation. That night, a violent storm swept across the coast. Rain crashed against the windows. Waves slammed against the harbor. The entire town trembled beneath the wind. Then suddenly, crash! One of the restaurant windows shattered. Ocean water flooded inside. Tables overturned. People screamed and ran. And in the chaos, the glass tank broke open. For the first time in years, the shark was swept back into the sea. The ocean felt enormous, endless, wild, terrifying. The shark moved slowly at first. Its muscles had weakened from years of circling tiny walls. Its instincts had grown quiet. The open water frightened it. It kept searching for boundaries, for corners, for the invisible walls it had learned to obey. But there were none. Only vast blue silence stretching endlessly in every direction. For days, the shark stayed close to the shore, unsure of itself. Smaller fish darted fearlessly through the currents, while the shark hesitated like a creature that had forgotten its own nature. Then one morning, deep beneath the water, something ancient awakened inside it. A current pulled through the ocean, and without thinking, the shark followed it. Faster, farther, deeper. Its body began remembering what the tank had forced it to forget. The strength in its fins returned. Its movements sharpened. Its instincts came alive. Weeks passed, then months, and slowly the shark began to grow. Larger than before, stronger than before. One day, fishermen far from the coast spotted a massive shark gliding powerfully beneath their boat. No one could believe how enormous it was, but the ocean understood. The shark had never truly been small. It had only been trapped in an environment too narrow for its growth. In life, many people live inside invisible tanks. Sometimes the tank is a place. Sometimes it is a relationship. Sometimes it is the voices around us constantly saying, "Stay realistic. Don't dream too big. People like you never go far." And slowly, without realizing it, we begin shrinking ourselves to fit the walls around us. We stop exploring, stop risking, stop believing there could be more beyond what we already know. The saddest part is this: after enough time inside a small environment, people no longer need walls to limit them. The fear becomes internal, like the shark searching for glass that no longer exists. But nature has always understood something humans often forget. A river cannot discover its power while trapped in a jar. An eagle cannot learn the sky inside a cage. And a soul cannot fully grow inside environments that constantly make it feel small. Sometimes your exhaustion is not because you are weak. It is because you have been living too long inside spaces that cannot hold the size of your spirit. Growth often begins the moment we leave familiar waters, the moment we risk discomfort, the moment we stop asking tiny spaces for permission to become who we were meant to be. Yes, the open ocean is frightening. but so is spending your entire life believing you were made for a fish tank. So if something inside you has been feeling restless lately, if your heart keeps whispering that there must be more beyond the life you currently know, perhaps your soul is not being ungrateful. Perhaps it is remembering the ocean. And one day, when you finally swim beyond the invisible walls that once defined you, you may discover that you were never too small to grow. Your environment was simply too small to reveal your true size. Thank you for slowing down with Soul Flora. If this story gave your soul something to reflect on tonight, stay near. There are more gentle stories waiting here. Stories to help you outgrow fear, heal quietly, and return to the vastness within you.